I'm sure you've heard the news. In the digital dawn of 1995, the internet was a wild, untamed frontier. Navigating its depths required a guide, a trusty steed to traverse its vast plains of information. Enter Internet Explorer, Microsoft's answer to the burgeoning World Wide Web. Bundled with the ubiquitous Windows operating system, Internet Explorer quickly became the default choice for millions. By the turn of the millennium, Internet Explorer stood astride the digital landscape like a colossus. Its market share soared to an eye-watering 95%, effectively crushing competitors like Netscape Navigator. Microsoft had won the browser wars, or so it seemed. The internet, at least for a time, belonged to them. This dominance brought with it a sense of complacency. Microsoft, flush with victory, seemed to lose sight of the rapidly evolving nature of technology. The internet was no static entity. It was a living, breathing organism constantly changing and adapting. But Microsoft, blinded by its own success, failed to see the storm clouds gathering on the horizon. The warning signs were there, whispers in the digital wind that hinted at Internet Explorer's vulnerabilities. Users complained about its sluggish performance, its clunky interface, and its susceptibility to security breaches. Competitors, though marginalized, continued to innovate, pushing the boundaries of what a browser could be. Yet Microsoft seemed unfazed. They had the market share, the brand recognition, and seemingly the world at their feet. Why fix what wasn't broken, right? This dismissive attitude proved to be a fatal miscalculation. The internet, like nature, abhors a vacuum. Microsoft's stagnation created an opening, an opportunity for a new challenger to emerge. Open-source browsers like Firefox began to gain traction, offering a more customizable and secure browsing experience. But these were mere tremors before the earthquake. The real threat, the one that would shatter Microsoft's dominance, was still lurking in the shadows, waiting for its moment to strike. In 2008, Google unleashed Chrome upon the world. Sleek, fast, and minimalist, Chrome offered a radical departure from the bloated behemoth that was Internet Explorer. It was built on a revolutionary new engine, one that prioritized speed and efficiency. Users, long accustomed to the limitations of Internet Explorer, were immediately smitten. Chrome's growth was nothing short of meteoric. Within a year of its launch, it had captured a significant chunk of the browser market. Its clean interface, lightning-fast performance, and innovative features like tabbed browsing made it an instant hit. Google, unlike Microsoft, understood the dynamic nature of the internet. They were constantly updating Chrome, adding new features, and improving its performance. This relentless innovation, coupled with Google's vast resources and marketing prowess, proved to be an unstoppable combination. The sleeping giant had awakened, and it was hungry. Section 4. Apathy and Decline. Microsoft's fatal error in judgment. Microsoft, initially dismissive of Chrome, seemed content to rest on its laurels. They had seen off competitors before, and they assumed they could do it again. But this time was different. Chrome wasn't just another browser, it was a paradigm shift. Instead of acknowledging the threat and responding with urgency, Microsoft seemed paralyzed by their own success. Updates to Internet Explorer, once a trickle, slowed to a crawl. The browser, already lagging behind in terms of performance and features, began to feel increasingly antiquated. This inertia proved to be fatal. As Chrome surged ahead, Internet Explorer found itself mired in the past, a relic of a bygone era. Users accustomed to Chrome's speed and innovation abandoned Internet Explorer in droves. The once mighty king was dying a slow, agonizing death. Section 5. The fall of a giant, Internet Explorer's slow demise. The decline of Internet Explorer was slow, drawn out, and for Microsoft, utterly humiliating. With each passing year, its market share dwindled, its user base eroded by Chrome's relentless advance. Microsoft, desperate to stem the bleeding, released updated versions of Internet Explorer, but the damage was already done. The internet had moved on. Websites were being designed with Chrome in mind, often rendering poorly or not at all on Internet Explorer. Developers, frustrated by the browser's limitations, began to openly mock and criticize it. The once ubiquitous browser had become a punchline, a symbol of technological stagnation. By 2015, Internet Explorer's market share had plummeted to single digits. The once mighty king had been dethroned, relegated to the dustbin of Internet history. It was a stunning fall from grace, a cautionary tale of arrogance, complacency, and the unforgiving nature of technological progress. Section 6. From ashes to Chromium, Microsoft's last-ditch effort. In the face of this ignominious defeat, Microsoft finally seemed to grasp the gravity of their situation. They had lost the browser wars, and they had lost them badly. Their response? Surrender. In 2018, Microsoft announced that they would be ditching their own browser engine in favor of Chromium, the open-source project that powered Google Chrome. This was a remarkable admission of defeat, a tacit acknowledgement that they had been thoroughly outmaneuvered by Google. The new browser, dubbed Microsoft Edge, was essentially a reskinned version of Chrome. It was a far cry from the days when Internet Explorer ruled the web, but it was a necessary step for Microsoft to take if they wanted to remain relevant in the browser market. Section 7. Lessons learned: the perils of arrogance and the importance of evolution. The saga of Microsoft and Internet Explorer is a cautionary tale about the perils of arrogance and the importance of continuous innovation. Microsoft, blinded by their early success, failed to heed the warning signs, ignored the evolving needs of users, and ultimately paid the price. The Internet is a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. To survive and thrive in this environment, companies must be agile, adaptable, and willing to embrace new technologies. Resting on one's laurels, as Microsoft learned the hard way, is a recipe for disaster. The story of Internet Explorer serves as a stark reminder that no company, no matter how dominant, is immune to the forces of disruption. In the digital age, the only constant is change, and those who fail to adapt are doomed to be left behind.